Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, and welcome to another edition of WWE 2003 on TEW. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. As I say, it is slowly but surely getting up to speed. This will be our second edition of Raw as we head on towards the Royal Rumble. Interested to see if there has been other people that have enjoyed the mod. As I say, it is interesting playing a mod previously that, from a previous generation, changing the course of history, so there are going to be no 16-time champion is for John Cena. It could be 17. It could be 1. He could never be a champion. His destiny, his fate is in our hands. It's quite cool to look at it like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see where we go. As I say, it is still very close to how it was at that time, but we'll branch out as time goes along. So this is the next episode of Raw. As always, we'll explain the storylines and angles as we go through. So 16,000 sold out at the Barclays Centre, and we start off with basically Eric Bischoff in the ring. First off, it's with Scott Steiner and with Triple H and Ric Flair, because obviously the feud between Triple H and Scott Steiner. Just really Steiner wanting this championship match at the Rumble, so he's going to get that. We were talking about what's happening tonight, so it ends up being a case of it's the 2v1. Chris Jericho just decides, he wants an opportunity, but he basically gets told, right, cool, you're in the Rumble. And then, of course, we end up having the Dudleys coming down because it's a 3-on-1 assault on Steiner at one point. And then Bischoff decided, right, cool, we'll make this a 6-way match. So P81, a lot of guys coming across well in this, apart from Devon. Got the crowd, it's got to show off to a strong start, got the crowd hotter, and it advances the Steiner goes for the world title storyline for the pay-per-view. Next up, it sets the music video to hype Goldust. It's really just a recap video of Goldust getting his ass handed to him by 3-minute Warman. So him in his match last week, and then Rosie and Jamal doing a beatdown. So that's a C+66. This then leads to another announcement from Eric Bischoff after the break, as he's now back in his office, and he says Christian's going to get another opportunity to qualify for the Royal Rumble. Tonight he takes on Kane. So a B78 there, continuing the Rumble storyline. And next up, Bischoff just basically says, great work last week from 3-minute Warning from Jamal and Rosie. So they're going to get more opportunities. They're going to get an opportunity for the Tag Team Championship at the pay-per-view as well. But Eric Bischoff wants them to create a statement again tonight. So Bischoff was obviously superb for a script. Obviously, Rosie and Jamal were quite poor, and Rico did help them. But it got the crowd hotter again. It's just going to be a case of building up Rosie and Jamal. So C62 for this one. And it leads us to a matchup. It was a good match that saw Booker T defeat William Regal in 12:30 with the scissors kick. B79. So a good matchup there. The Raw Tag Team title storyline advances, gaining a bit of heat there. Booker with a solid 85 performance. Both men improving their performance skills. Few negatives there, but overall a good win and a good opener with Booker T. Of course, this does lead down to Rosie and Jamal coming down and beating the crap out of Booker T. So last week they take out Goldust. This week they take out Booker T. 3-minute Warning is on a mission, and will Booker T and Goldust even make it to the Royal Rumble? So C60 there, with Booker T looking good in that segment. Next up was our women's match of the day, and it was a poor match. Victoria and Molly Holly defeated Jacqueline and Trish Stratus in 8 minutes and 18 when Victoria defeated Jacqueline by pinfall with the Widow's Peak. This had Stevie Richards cause the interference. In terms of in-ring performance, Trish Stratus carried the C-59 with a very good 62 performance. Jacqueline off her game definitely affected her performance. I still feel we need more depth in the women's division, but I'm reluctant to call up too many people too soon. So we'll keep it with these four just now. I think we should have Jazz back eventually, and then Lita down the line. But overall, storytelling match and a decent rating. And after the match-up, it's just really Steven Richards saying, as long as he's around, Victoria is always going to be the dominant woman in the division, so she develops better performance skills. Next up, we've got a Randy injury report. Randy Orton just hyping him up again. That's a C-59. Of course, as you know, Evolution isn't being created just as yet. It is going to come. It's obviously the thumbnail, but as I say at the moment, it's still Randy's injury report, and he's not on Raw yet. Next up with a decent matchup, and it saw Jeff Hardy defeat D'Lo Brown in 8:19 by pinfall. a C plus 66. So good performance from Jeff. D'Lo was okay. D'Lo's just kind of there. So is Jeff at the moment in time. I don't want to bring in an IC title or a midcard title just yet. It will come back eventually. But it's just showing how thin the roster is, and we're having to use people like D'Lo Brown to put the likes of Jeff Hardy over. And it soon became pretty clear that Jeff Hardy was wasted on drugs. It really affected his performance. Great. Anyway, next up we had a great wrestling match that had good heat, and it saw Shawn Michaels defeat Lance Storm in 14-15 with Sweet Chin Music, so just another good matchup with Shawn Michaels. He got a 95 performance to Lance Storm's 63, but a B82 is pretty solid there with Lance improving flying skills. A few negatives there, so just a 1-1 match length, but I feel like I could easily be a phenomenal match if we got everything right in terms of putting Lance Storm over to a certain level, making a storyline behind it in a good length, but overall, pretty good. Next up, just get Christian cutting a promo. He says he's going to beat Kane. He's fed up of being messed around, and he's going to show him and Edge it was him that should have been chosen. So that's a B-77 promo. Match itself was superb as well, and it saw Kane defeat Christian in 13:38 with a Tombstone Piledriver, meaning Christian still doesn't qualify for the Rumble. But B82, two good performances in the Rumble storyline. Does gain a bit of heat. A few negatives again, short match length, but we are keeping our show to 2 hours because I know I was criminally bad for that on my WWE save, so I will just kinda keep it at 2 hours just to make it as difficult as possible. Promo from Scott Steiner, disappointing B-74, just really saying he's fed up of getting messed around by these punks, but Freakzilla is going to show that he should be the WWE World Champion. Which leads us to our main event. Superb matchup. Scott Steiner and the Dudleys defeat Chris Jericho, Ric Flair and Triple H in 15:03 when Scott Steiner defeats Ric Flair with a Steiner flatliner. So overall, performances, Steiner a 79, both Dudleys with the 70s, Flair with a 72, and excellent performances from Jericho and Triple H. So disappointing that Steiner can't really hang with them, but Rumble skills improved. It gives Steiner a bit of momentum going forward. We did have to protect Ric Flair here, but he's declining physical ability anyway, so we'll make use out of Ric Flair as much as we can until he retires. Overall though, the show did end there, and we basically had Bubba Ray Dudley put Ric Flair through a table as a post-show angle just to make the crowd go home happy. So B-77, and yeah, Flair goes through a table. This leads us to a B-79, so it did increase our popularity in 15 regions, although it did lose its popularity in the 11 regions of America. I must say now, we do now have deals for all shows, Raw and SmackDown, showing in the likes of Japan, Mexico, etc. I've managed to conclude deals with them, just really to try and get the company up as much as possible. But it just shows that apart from your Triple H's, your Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho's, obviously Hogan's, Rocks, etc., there's not a lot of guys that are really, really over. So we are still going to lose pop a lot of the time until we properly get into it. But it's going to take time, hey. As I say, there's no real competition. It's all about it's really not really about making the company as big as possible. It really is progressing that next generation through and seeing how they fare against the likes of Hogan's, Rocks, etc. Or in this case, can we get someone to Triple H's level? So that's a journey. I don't see, as I say, TNA catching us like any time in the next 10 years anyway. So it's all about that journey. So we've always pop occasionally, but a B79 is still good. And as I say, the first couple of months, I don't expect to be constantly getting good B+ shows until after Mania. So overall, pretty okay. It's cool. We'll move on from there, and we'll move back into the menu screen. Forgetting with Paul Heyman as an option as well. Our current authority figures, of course, is Eric Bischoff on Raw and Stephanie McMahon on SmackDown. You would have, if I can remember off the top of my head, Paul Heyman with the Big Show. So still got a decent rating. Heat was okay. Heat just really showcased the usual. Orton's picking up victories on there, so he's not really injured. So I'm using that to get him momentum. I'm using it to get Batista momentum as well with some victories. Chris Nowinski's somebody I want to push as well. And most of the heels that won there. And also using it as Raven's playground, as he was obviously having the storyline. But that's cool. Just let me look through here, see if there's anyone that really affects us. So a lot of your kind of older wrestlers, and we obviously try to build for the future. Nothing major. So let's have a look here. Incident involving Jeff Hardy. So Jeff wrestled wasted on drugs last night. If your employer, you have to deal with it. Well, straight away, we'll send him to rehab. So he improves his behaviour. He's happy, and so obviously the drug testing, which wouldn't have been in place in this time, but at the end he's already in rehab anyway. So we'll just right now. So yeah, Jeff Hardy won't be doing much anytime soon, which is disappointing. Oh, that's right, I'm forgetting there's a lot of people in OVW as trainer that don't want to be there, so that probably will see a lot of guys come to Raw, including the Big Boss Man. You'll have Canyon, Mark Henry, Rhino. So like, D'Lo Brown very unhappy with Jeff. Ric Flair wants some victories and doesn't like William Regal. No, can't believe that. So to check then, if we go to D'Lo Brown, does that mean his relationship? No, he's not really unhappy with Jeff, but that's the thing about these kind of mods. It would obviously been the same if you did any Attitude Era mods, or even the early 90s, you know, the amount of people that have been wasted on drugs, etc. So that's fine. As I say, things happen with Jeff Hardy. He did actually leave, if I'm right in saying, around about this time. So yeah, that's cool. We'll just need to deal with that and move on from there. But obviously he's unhappy with that. Ric Flair's unhappy because he's obviously lost a couple of matches. That's cool. Financially we're solid anyway, so I wouldn't worry about that. And as I say, the size thing, we're not exactly going to drop to 65, so we'll just stay at national for an extended period of time, and then we'll work on from there. So that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I'll go ahead and maybe look at maybe some guys from OVW, see if we maybe bring some more people up to beef out the roster on Raw and SmackDown. But yeah, as always, thank you for watching. It's deeply appreciated. Any likes, comments, and all that are deeply appreciated. Yeah, if you've done this mod yourselves, let us know how you're getting on. And yeah, just keep enjoying the game. Maybe you can see other bookers also on the Fantasy Bookers subreddit and the Grey Dog Software forums. And yeah, apart from that, the sub button will be popping up if you haven't subbed already, and the playlist for all the previous episodes that have appeared in this series will pop up as well. But cheers for watching, guys. Much appreciated. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time for some WWE SmackDown. Bye bye.